We're live. We are live. Daniel and Nami, you're the first one in here. Big road, little truck. You guys like my King Kong glass? Roll. I forgot the camera's over here. Jim Jarena, James Neal, Matt. Yep, Daniel Nami is usually first or second in here. Hey, I could see. I could see. What is going on, my driver friends, my non-driver friends, and everybody in between? Thomas Wilson, what's up? If you guys don't notice, I just uploaded a vlog from the GoPro, and it's kind of funny going through the process of editing. All that footage started off at an hour and 40 minutes, and I got it down to 19. Should have been 18. Big Rich caught it, but there's a little mistake in there. So, yeah, I should have allowed the 20 minutes, but I figured, not everybody's going to jump in, you know, Matt, right when it's uploaded. Let's see, Jim Jarena, if they're done for the quarter, yes, it is. Stuck waiting for my batteries to be replaced, says Juan. There goes 4 hours. I'll never get back. Big Road says, I just finished watching the entire Roz ISX engine rebuild. I was watching your vid and got the live notification. You're in Monroe, Georgia at the Walmart DC, Daniel. Cool. I'm no longer down there. I'm back at home, as you guys can see. You like my vlogs? Matt says, I like your vlogs. Hope you do more. I try to do at least one a week. I don't give myself a set schedule because when you do that, things happen. So if I'm on the road for the weekend, it's a little bit. Oh, I won't say it's a little bit harder because I get more free time, I guess. Sitting in the truck, but I try to find a theme, a music song that I have in my head that I want to do. It Matt says that's got to be a lot of work. It's not too bad. If you don't have patience, it could be kind of, I don't know, numbing, I guess. See if you guys can spot the mistake in the vlog, but I didn't edit it enough. So, but by the time I spotted it, it already rendered, and I was like, it took like 20 minutes to render, so I didn't want to deal with it. You like the music, Matt? Yep, that's now the band is a band called These Are They. They're a death metal band out of Chicagoland, and the singer is also the singer of November's Doom. And that is actually a Soundgarden cover, and I like their version quite a bit, so I figured it would give me less of a copyright hit to use that one. John McCulloch finally caught a live feed. Cool. Thomas, Daniel, that's not far from my house, says Thomas to Daniel. Benjamin Duke likes the vlogs. I appreciate that, guys. It seemed like when I first started doing the vlogs, they didn't really take off. And by vlog, I mean not just talking to the camera like I am now, but like, mixing the music and the driving and all that kind of stuff. Real similar to, real similar to like what Pale Rider does or what, Tex Crowley's do. No, Tex Crowley, he's a different league, um, the big three, I call them, Ike, Will, and Matt. They kind of do the music mixture driving thing. So it's something I've always liked to do. So, but Pale Rider TV's in the house. Matt says I got to hit you up on Facebook and get some new music to listen to. Matt, I'm an encyclopedia of modern metal music. If you go back through my older vlogs, you can find the apnea stuff. That's my own band, and you can download all the stuff from there. So Big Rich says, just thought I would stop in and say what up, brother. Got to be up at 4 o'clock so I can get off the toll road and not be charged max. Good idea, Big Rich. Good idea. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, guys, if you're traveling the Kansas Turnpike, if you're on it for more than, was it 28 hours or 24 hours, then they charge you full price like you drove the whole state. Yeah, you sent me the apnea stuff a while ago. I bought the albums off there. Oh, okay, Matt. 18, okay. Yeah, you definitely don't want to do any 34s on the Kansas Turnpike there. I have no idea where I'm going Monday. I mean, I deliver this load that's in the vlog. I deliver that tomorrow morning, and then from there, I don't have anything booked. Little Viking Coach. Little Viking Coach put out a new video. I haven't watched it yet, so I was busy doing my thing, and I decided to go live. I didn't go live last night because there was a lot of things going on, including the NASCAR race. I like restrictor plate races, and it did not fail to excite. I think there was like 6 wrecks, and they were all huge. But that's not why I watch it. You know, I watch it also because you're looking at a 200-mile traffic jam, and it's kind of intense when they got the in-car camera action going. My only complaint is that there seems to be like way too many commercials. Like, you know, and it's cool that they play the race during the commercial, but then like you'll see some major stuff happen in the race during the commercial, and you think they would pan back to the race, but they don't. So it kind of like messes up the vibe. Matt says Jimmy Johnson fan here. I don't really like. There's like not a particular driver I really follow. I'm just like a casual, like I'll watch it if it's on fan. The only ones I really go out of my way to watch are like Daytona and Talladega. So Benjamin Duke says fuel stop in Belden, Mississippi, exit 81 on 22, turn away from the Loves, head south into the town. It'll be on the left, big parking lot. Nice little hot bar and restaurant. Cool. You went to Talladega, Daniel. I went to Talladega um, Wednesday. Or no, yeah, Wednesday. Was watching your working fourth video, and here you are live. Yep, Stu. Like I said, I didn't want to wait. I wanted to get this live feed done while it was, you know, still early. I didn't do one last night because I was watching NASCAR and take care of other things. So I figure I do. You know, that's why I call it weekend live. See, I used to call it Saturday Night Live, but then you know YouTube kept thinking I was doing something related to the show Saturday Night Live. So I started calling it weekend live because sometimes they're on Friday, sometimes they're on Sunday. Well, Daniel Dami says, "We'll take my truck to the track and run a few laps." Well, you got your company's got that checker flag logo. Snarlord, big your truck to Talladega and park next to me. I'll be there 11 days in October. Well, I might be going through the area. When's the next Talladega race? Is that what you're going to be there for? I thought the next Talladega race was until was it September, October? So, but Jeff was on live earlier, October. Okay, that's what I thought. And well, duh, you said that right. Gee, Steve, pay attention. I don't pay attention well, guys. I got issues. Big Rig Radio Network. How's it going? Jeff went live earlier, and he was talking about our IFTAs. And my IFTAs usually generally stay around the same no matter where I go. Mr. Barrett, you're welcome for that info. So it's all right. Benjamin, that's not far from my home. If you go past that, get on 45. There's an exit gas station next door to Cracker Barrel station. That's for parking. But yeah, if you guys are ever in the Springfield area, I could hook you up with information that where you can park, where you can go. Bill Ryder, are you okay? He's being silly. Got the reefer fixed. Good deal, Jesse. Um, or Jess, Mr. Barrett. I'll call you Mr. Barrett just because I'm screwing that up. Yeah, that Great Dane dealership, Barrett, is next to Thermo King dealership, but Thermo King is getting ready to move on the other side of town over there towards Stratford. So, but yeah, we got our IFTA today. Jeff sent me the New York um, permit, so we're good there. So, yeah, this thing with the new authority is when you come from a mega carrier like Landstar and Schneider, you're used to having all these permits, but when you start with the new authority or your own authority, you know, you got to be careful of the states and what you're going through, and getting the permits is a slow process that's as needed, you know. Um, just like the alcohol permits and stuff like that. So, and and it's you got to be a little bit more careful. You can't just pick any load on the low bore, but you want to be selective, and most of us run regional anyways. So, and you also got to be careful. Um, your intrastate. And if those of you don't know, that's a delivery inside the same state. Texas is a big state, so there's a lot of like Dallas to Houston, Houston to Irving, stuff like that. What a lot of people know is certain states require permits to do that. Some states make it easy, some states make it hard. Some states are expensive, some states don't even require it. And, I think, well, maybe I threw it away. I still had the old Snyder permit book to kind of use as a reference of what we need and where. Hill had early inputs on the Snorlord channel. LOL. Sue and Sam, how's it going? So, as the authority gets a little bit more advanced, then we got Missouri Interstate. We got different permits, and we're still growing. So, but Jeff makes it easy. You know, I got to hear a phone conversation between Jeff and another person that is bringing on other drivers, and it was a good conversation. Just by being the, the third person, I learned a lot. So, did you see What's to Eat at Talladega? No. Uh, be looking to see. Be looking for some videos. I'm gonna start doing cooking videos again. Benjamin Duke, I got Circle of Live Feed Death. Bad for me. Catch replay. Benjamin, I saw you say that in I think Just Feed too. I think maybe you got a bad signal where you're at. But rates are really good right now. Truck's gonna get run good. Knock on wood. I still need to get the APU serviced, and I've got a tire I'm concerned about that we need to, probably replace here soon. But that's the status of me. I just had dinner. Um, had a good day with the family, and we'll go to work tomorrow morning after our 34 is up, and we'll get loaded for tomorrow. So, anything you guys want to talk about, ask about, wonder about, tell me about? If not, we'll end this live feed pretty early tonight. Have I ever drove to Maine? Says Fella Kirk. Yes. Um, about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It's pretty up there. It was during July. It was during the summer, so that was nice. The Spirit says I had 4 pallets of fresh chicken from Arkansas to Twin City, $2,200. How much? How many miles is that, Mr. Barrett? I do. Reply as clear as bell. Phone gets hot fast. It's a wrap. Benjamin, if your phone's getting hot fast, look on changing your battery. Go to a battery store, and if you can, some of these phones you can't change the battery out. But I know that I had a Galaxy S4, and the battery would die within an hour, and so I went and got it replaced, and the guy showed me on the battery how it was swelling. So if your battery is kind of swelling, then it's time for a new battery. These batteries don't last very long. I have this tablet. It's a Galaxy Tab 3, right? And the other day, had it on full charge, 100%. Watched one Netflix special for an hour, and it was dead. So it's time to replace the tablet, I think, if I can't replace the battery. All right, Jeff. Jeff says later tonight I'm going to watch a movie with the family. What movie are you going to watch? They'll replace it for free. Yeah, you're right, fella Kirk. They will. You bring in the device, then they'll put the battery in there. 649. So 2200. $649. $338 a mile. Pretty good there. Pretty good. Coyote load. I've used Coyote a couple of times. Had pretty good luck with them. Some scary flick with the demonic Annabelle doll. Well, don't be jumping. I saw your video when your granddaughter scared you. So don't have a heart attack tonight. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Do you think leasing a Peterbilt 386 with 450,000 miles is a good idea? The lease is only a year and it will be mine. The payments are $718 a week. Big John 176505 ask. All right, here we go. Let's talk about that. The thing that I would worry about the most with that Peterbilt is that weekly payment. 718 times 4.3. Why do we do 4.3? Because there are some months that are more than 4 weeks. So when you average it out, it averages out 4.3. That's $3,087 a month. Times 12 comes out to $37,000. That's not a bad deal, but here's what you're going to run into, John. Is that I'm assuming that truck has a Cummins in it. If you do 120,000 miles, you're going to have about, what is that, 580,000 miles, somewhere around there. Is that right? Yeah, 570,000 miles. I bought my first Peterbilt when it had 550,000 miles, and it did okay, but my payments were only 2,000 a month. the The thing that I would worry about, John, is making sure that you able, like, first of all, it depends on if you're getting your own authority or whoever you're signing on with. If you could choose your loads and maintain that 718 a week, that will be the challenge. And if you think that the company that you're signing on with can maintain that and allow you to make extra money to put back for maintenance, because your truck's going to need it at 500,000 miles, then it could be a good deal because it's only a 1 year lease. If there's no balloon, now if there's a balloon, that'd be a different story, but that only comes out to $37,000. So, and it won't take long for you to not be upside down in that truck. So that's the other good thing. Um, Turbos last between 500,000 and 600,000 miles. And if you go to a dealership to get that fixed, you're looking at an $8,000 to $10,000 repair. So you need to have the ability to save up money, and that's little bit harder to do when you got um, a higher truck payment. So I could go to Kenworth and get a truck that's about $130,000 brand new, and my payments would only be about $2,500 a month. But that's on a 5 year note. So, but that could be a quick, easy way to get your truck. So, Big John, it would depend on the truck, if it was good condition, and if the situation allowed you to pick your own freight and to maintain to be able to make that 718 a week. And also you got your home bills and everything else to think of too. Let's see. Thomas says Jeff needs to get Pale Rider to like trucking. Pale Rider thinks we don't like him, but he's wrong. Let's see. Big John, only if you couldn't find something better or having trouble financing something else. The thing is, you need the full inspection done, get the engine tested. It's a crapshoot whether you buy a new truck or a used truck. I mean, look at little guy. He had a brand new Volvo, and that thing was in the shop that pretty much took him out for a minute. And and then I've got a friend that's had this Volvo that is just eating him alive. And the trick is you have to have either a line of credit or enough money saved back to be able to take that big repair. And your credit's got to be fairly decent. Here's why: because let's say you buy that truck and the engine blows and it's not covered under warranty. There are finance companies that work out of the dealerships. You'll see their pamphlets in the room, in the lounge, and they'll finance an engine rebuild. So but you got to have decent credit to be able to do that. Harold's in the house. What's up? Hey Harold, comment on one of my vlogs so I can, like, while I got the laptop, and then I'll get a wrench to you. Harold is dedicated, even shows up in the live feeds in his mini vacation. Yep, he is dedicated. I was texting back and forth with Harold yesterday during last night's race. Mr. Barrett, that's a question I'll ask privately or answer privately. Guy dropping a video today on Cummins. He pulled off, top off, and rollers. Lubes were chewed up. Looked it up. Someone dropped his name earlier. Rouse, Rawse. He's got some really good videos. He's the Cummins expert. He lives, eats, and breathes those Cummins. He has some really good videos. His videos helped me out when I was having issues with my Peterbilt. And I believe he lives there somewhere near Atlanta. So if you can catch him, he'll actually work on your truck. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate that. Um, I'm glad you guys like the fourth. I like the song. When I think of a theme, it's like, okay, I'm going to do a Fourth of July video. The only song that came to my head was that These Are They song. Yeah, it's RAWSE, I believe, Screaming Demon. He does a lot of stuff with the Cummins. Me too. He's in Savannah, Georgia. Crazy part is running a gallon of gear oil in the motor. You watch this channel? Yeah, I stopped watching since I don't really have a Cummins anymore. So now John Harold's got a 386 with the Cummins in it. He's doing all right with that truck. So now the other big reveal is Roscoe, Mr. Other Trucker James Best. He's putting some graphics on his truck, and if he's doing what I think he's doing, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, Benjamin Duke says, yeah, that's him. I felt bad for the owner, was getting ready to go on the road. There's when you have a big city like Dallas or Atlanta, there's a lot of mom and pop dealerships that you have to really watch. Most of the big dealerships like Kenworth, Volvo, Peterbilt, they're under these different group umbrellas. You got TLG Peterbilt, you got MHC Kenworth, you have you know Triad Volvo. There's and those, they have a reputation to uphold. So they have standards, whereas the mom and pop places, they're some of them, not all of them, but some of them have you know do some sketchy things, just like a used car lot. Think of a used car lot. You've got good used car lots, and then you've got car lots that you're like, and the bad ones, because like, in town, they'll move, they'll like suddenly they're not there. And you wonder what happened. And they're across the street, or they're under a different name. I like Cummins, but DD15 gets an average of 1.5 more miles per gallon. TJ, yeah, it all depends on the truck gearing too, because I know that Harold and I pretty much have the same engine, but my truck got a little bit more fuel mileage than he did. Harold, did Roscoe go for just get a quote? Harold, he got a quote, and he was asking Jeff for a new IFTA sticker. So, screaming name. I saw that video of Benjamin. Nothing worse than spending a large chunk of change to buy a truck, and then to find out it needs thousands more just to get on the road. Right. And and because the truck I bought from the Kenworth dealership, I was able to get all the records of anything they did at that umbrella of MHC Kenworth. So I had like 50 pages of everything that was ever done to the truck. Anything from oil changes to light bulbs to, the drive line being replaced. I saw it. Let's see. Harold's a Leadfoot. He is. Always go in with a reserve in hand after you buy, because nothing's worse than no reserve, and you need to get things done before you get on the road. That's the object. If you buy a new truck, you got to make sure that your warranty covers anything major, and it allows you that time before the warranty comes out to get that money saved up. Same thing with a used truck. I know I didn't get a warranty with the Peterbilt, and I don't know if that would have helped me with the issues that I had with that truck. The other thing is, like, okay, so I was reading on Facebook, and there was a guy in the Rate Per Mile Masters page that was asking about, or one of the rate pages. I get them all mixed up. He said, "I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I want to become an owner operator. What's the money like?" It was such a general question, and he got a lot of negative feedback because if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you don't have any good credit, then it's not time to be an owner operator. It takes a certain amount of patience, because you could have the perfect truck or a brand new truck, but if it's down for a day, you might lose a couple of days on the load. There's other situations that happen more than just truck breakdowns, and you got to be able to account for downtime. If you're going to be, let's say you're 1,000 miles from the house and your truck breaks down and it needs like a 5-day repair. That's 5 days of hotel you're going to have. That's a week worth of pay that you're not going to have. So you want to be able to account for those kind of things. So if you have a credit card with a $10,000 limit and no way to pay for your repairs, and your repairs are getting up there around 9, well, how are you going to pay for the hotel? How are you going to get your head above water when you go home? Demon says, yeah, but guys think that they can jump to owner operator with no money in their pocket. Think they're just going to be rolling in dough. It takes a lot of bucks to drive big trucks, right? Pay the cost to be the boss. That's what my instructor used to tell me. And it could be done. You're going to hear stories. I've got a friend of mine that literally was working paycheck to paycheck. He became an owner operator at Snyder and was able to get his head above water, but it was a fragile existence there for a minute. And it could be done, but it's not the norm. You always try to give people advice, or you always say, well, general stuff like, you have to have a reserve to be an owner operator or to start your own truck or whatever. And then you always got that person, well, I only had, $3 in my bank account and I got my truck with zero down and, blah, 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 and those are exceptions to the rules, but that's not the norm, and you're always going to, it's just like, my grandfather smoked cigarettes till he was 85 years old, and he didn't die of lung cancer, that kind of thing. There are times when you can get through the cracks. I know Chad Boblet talks about, his first truck he bought with credit cards, but he's a smart businessman. See, that's the thing. Big Rich and I were talking about this yesterday, or day before yesterday, or no, it was yesterday. Anyways, that's not important. If you are not good with money, do not become a business owner. Simple. And I'll say it again, if you are not good with money, do not become a business owner, whether it be a truck, restaurant, bar, hot dog stand, any of it. If you're not good with money, you're not going to make it, because eventually credit runs out. Eventually bills pile up. Eventually you can't make any more money. When you got big corporations that are failing, like Toys R Us and General Mills, that are trying to restructure, there's no such thing as too big to fail. Alan McQuett says, or good at keeping records. Alan, you can find people to help you keep records. If you're the kind of guy that wants to be an owner operator but is not good with finances, then let someone else control your finances. Like, maybe your spouse or, a family member, where they say, okay, you're taking in this, you need to make this, and I'm going to give you this to survive, to manage your money. All right, Harold. Take it easy. Rizzo Blizzo says, I'm half Jewish, so I'm good. Well, there you go. It's how much money you keep. Well, it's all about net. You guys, That's an argument that we have with a lot of the Snyder guys. You know, they're sitting there posting these big, huge numbers on Facebook or whatever, or on YouTube. Oh man, I grossed $5,000 this week. You grossed 5,000. What you net? 1,500. you know, and you can run. It's all about the net, but the important part is being good with money, because and the tighter things are, the better you got to be. In other words, if you're barely making above your costs to run, then there's no room for error. You know, keeping track of your numbers and knowing your costs, and not just your per mile, but your cost per day, your cost per week, your cost per month. If you a lot of people like, well, my cost per mile is $1.60 a mile. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but what if you only run 1,000 miles? Then it's not $1.60 a mile. If you want to be home every weekend, well, that's out of 30 days, that's 20 days that you can work. So if you're not making what you need to make per day for those 20 days, then that's where the math fails you as well. How much you work, how much you manage your costs, and how good you are at keeping on top of the truck, and how's your managing money. If you're spending your settlement checks, you're headed for trouble. Right. I think what a lot of people is that there's no patience anymore. You got guys that drive a truck for a year, and they want to be business owners. And there's nothing, it could be done, but the cards are stacked against you. But again, if you're like, let's say you're a previous business owner and you decide to get into trucking, then you're going to have a better time than the guy that just came out of CDL school, that couldn't hold a job at a restaurant, and now he's got the keys to a truck and he's making a payment. There's a difference there. So, and here's the other thing. I'll give you a really good example. I was at the Pilot in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I despise that place, but the company I was driving for told me I had the fuel there. And so I pull up. If any of you have been to that Pilot Murfreesboro, you know that it could be an hour-long process to get fuel. So I pulled up, and of course it's slammed. We're 2 and 3 trucks, deep, and at some point you got to pick a lane, and you hope that lane is going to move, right? So I get my lane, and I'm waiting, and there's 2 trucks next to me to my left, and they move, and I'm waiting, and then another set moved, and I haven't moved at all. So finally, someone got on the CB and said, hey, TransLane, you might want to move to this lane because that guy's just sitting in there, right? And so I pull up. Now I'm at the fuel island. I start doing my thing. And the driver that was in front of me, he works for a mega carrier that's known for high truck payments per week. Nice trucks. And
I was hoping to laugh at something.
he now there's this couple in that truck, right? And they were arguing. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm getting my fuel. I don't let it bother me. And suddenly the guy gets out. And he looks at me and he does this, hey, what's up? I'm like, whatever, I'm friendly. Hey, what's up? So I'm watching, he starts washing his windows. Mind you, he's not getting fuel. Okay. He's just washing his windows. Now, he's wearing the company jacket. He's got all these electronics in his dash. His wife's wearing the jacket. They are decked out to the hilt, like they're spending money like they're out of style, right? Which is typical of this particular carrier. So I finish getting fuel, and I pull up, and as I go in, the guy follows me in, and I thought, well, this is weird, So I start now. I'm on alert, right? So I go to get my cash advance and my receipt, and as I'm sitting in line, the guy, like, he's sitting there kind of hovering, and then when it was my turn, he cuts in front of me and goes, "Hold on a minute there, boss. Hey, I was wondering if I get a cash advance, how much that would cost," to the clerk. And it's like, "Well, you got to get fuel." And he's like, "Well, what if my man here," and he points at me, is getting fuel? Can he get a cash advance for me? And I'm looking at him like, I ain't doing that. That's your problem, dude. But he was hovering and going in with every driver that was getting fuel to see if they would help him get a cash advance, because he couldn't move his truck because he didn't have any fuel, but he didn't have a load. He didn't have any extra money, but he had all the electronics. He had the brand new jacket for the carrier, driving a brand new truck. That told me that this guy's not good with money. So that's the kind of stuff, that is common in our industry. Alex Express says, I was an owner op Swift. My third month as a company, 3 years as an owner later, I have full authority. Again, that's why I hate saying comments like that, because there's always that one guy that's like, well, that wasn't the case with me, And I get that. If you're above average intelligence, it might not be, it may be different for you. And that's an exception to the common, you know. Pale Rider. Pale Rider's being silly. But I'm glad, Alex, you're doing well. I'll be anxious to see your videos when you activate that authority. So that's a whole different ballgame, right? You're right. You're right, Alan. The toys don't pay the bills. And that's the thing, man. I know a lot of owner operators that go out and buy all the expensive stuff, which is fine. That's part of being successful. But I've seen it too many times where you buy too much stuff for the house, like new car, new all this other stuff, right? And next thing you know, your truck breaks down and you can't afford to pay for it. Yet you got a nice $60,000 pickup in your driveway, or car or whatever. You know. And what's funny is, go to Facebook, guys, and look at the market. Look at the Facebook market. Type in automobile, and don't put any filter on the price. You're going to see you're going to see these like sports cars and expensive pickups. Then you're going to see diesel trucks. You're going to see Peterbilts, and it's pretty. It's kind of amazing when you can see, like, there was a Peterbilt 389. In the Facebook market that was going for $50,000, and right next to it was a new Chevy, or GMC Sierra decked out pickup truck for $65,000. It's kind of amazing to see that. Rizzo says, I saw Woody do a video where he spent $7,000 on preventive maintenance on his Cascadia. And there are success stories. I got a friend over there at Prime who just posted on Facebook that he paid off his truck. It's a truck free and clear now. So, Light Bright, what's up? But the bottom line is you have to be good with money. Alex Express, if he's doing well, it's because he's good with money. He's got a business mindset. Alex says, I didn't mean to undermine your life. I was just saying that if you study, your job career pays off. Right. Well, that's true. You know, and but a lot of people don't do that, Alex. A lot of people don't do the footwork. You know, you talk to Big Rich. Big Rich is a smart dude, and it's because he did all the research. And so when he came in to finally make that plunge, he was well more informed. He wasn't just doing YouTube videos. He was, you know, he said he had notebooks upon notebooks of what was going on in the spot market. Rizzo says, breaking news, exiting EPA Chief Pruitt has reversed Obama's cap on gliders. Well, that's good news if the glider is your thing. Zeke the Dragon, what's up? I love talking to Big Rich, very smart trucker. He is, man. He's been a good friend to me too. Um, you know, this guy watches the market like a hawk. And he constantly sends me screenshots of the markets of, you know, especially where I'm at. You know, Jeff does the same thing. Oh man, tired. Sorry about that, guys. Glad Rich is getting on the health wagon. I hear you, Alex. Um, am I eating healthy? Here you go. That's a bowl of kale, people. That's a bowl of kale. I heated it up and then started the live feed, so now it's cold. I just need to nuke it again. So I think I will be doing some more like health based videos. I'm going to be doing some more cooking videos. So the cooking videos might be turning into something. So Rizzo says you can instantly lose 15 pounds just by wearing a black t shirt. Well, yeah. My wife got me a new shirt. Check it out. If you're a metalhead, you will understand. Mr. Barrett says Springfield, Missouri, and Salem, Missouri, great central location. Yep. Trucking Exec did a good video. I believe it was this morning or yesterday morning. I watched it talk about this driver. You know, that's the other big part about being an owner operators. Where do you live? You know, where you live is a major component on how well you're going to do. If you live in Miami, you want to be home every weekend, guess what? You're going to struggle. Thomas Wilson, how about Atlanta? You're going to do well in Atlanta. Harold doesn't even live near Atlanta, and he does well out of Georgia. Indiana's a good spot, Big John. The thing with Georgia is the trick is the market can be soft in the South because a lot of the people that go to Florida go up to South Georgia. So, but Living in the truck is the best strategic location, says Rizzo. Yeah, if you're young and not married and no use, not married, don't have kids, might as well not bog yourself down with a house payment yet, and make that money now while you can. That way you can take it easy later. But I look the kind of freight I can get within 2 hours where I'm based. You can't be afraid to deadhead. 150, 200 miles, as long as you're getting the rate you need for all miles, and that's how you should calculate everything, all miles. So if you get a load that's paying 350 mile on the loaded side, and it's still paying three and a quarter on the all miles, then you're still doing pretty good. Screaming, dude. All right, guys. We're gonna end this live feed, and I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this crap or the vlog crap that I do, then subscribe, click the bell, do whatever, flip me off. I don't care. So, you guys take it easy and stay safe out there, and everybody be good to each other. All right. So, see you.